Call meeting order and call Councilwoman Brown to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But there was some results.
Call the roll.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Brown.
Here.
Councilman Broughton.
Here.
Councilman Watson.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here. Call on.
Councilman Weaver. Councilman Weaver. We have a quorum to do business.
Next item is approval of the April 10th meeting minutes.
We have the motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Watson, a second from Councilman Broughton for approval of the April 10 meeting minutes. Is there any discussion, any additions or deletions? Hearing none. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Broughton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Motion passes and the minutes from the April 10 meeting are approved.
I'd like to welcome our visitors here today, although there's not a lot of people here today. I do appreciate the ones that are here. Approval of the agenda. The agenda is before you, and is any additions or deletions that need to be made? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, I say nay. None. The agenda is approved. First item of new business is approval of a back-to-school tax holiday. The resolution is resolution number 17-0424, and this would be for the first full weekend in July of this year, starting at 12:01 a.m. and ending at midnight on Sunday, July the 9th.
We have a motion to approve resolution number 17-0424.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, second by Councilman Barton for approval of the resolution number 17-0424. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Broughton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Motion passes and the school tax holiday is approved.
Next item is the award bid for construction of a mechanic shop, resolution 17-0424-1. I'll call on the city clerk.
You have here is the bid tab for that resolution. And, you can see we had 3 bids. Low bidder was Brandon Contractors, Bloomington, Alabama, and that's $113,006 to rebuild the mechanic.
And this will be to upgrade it to current building codes. And as you know, this was the building the city had that was damaged when the windstorm came through a few months ago. And we'll recover about 80% of that, 75% of that from the insurance company, but they won't cover the upgrades.
Make a motion to approve resolution 17-0424-1.
Second.
There it is, if you want to see it. Motion by Councilman Broughton, second by Councilman Watson.
No, Councilman Barton.
Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilwoman Brown.
Yes.
Councilman Broughton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Motion passes and the construction contract is approved and awarded to the low bidder.
Next item is concerning the demolition of 922 Hayes Street, and I'll call on our building inspector, Lawton Ship.
Mayor and Council, We got another one here that we desperately need to get down. The fire department's agreed to burn this one as well, so it won't be hardly any cost at all to the city. It's 922 Hayes. Everything has been legally done as well. This actually was, the owner signed the letter I sent to him back in October. And as you can see, he lives out of town. Most of these out-of-town people forget about their property here and just let it go. And as you can see, this property was pretty well dilapidated. And anyway, everything's been done. A title opinion's been done on it as well. So we sent everything was sent to the right people. Everything's ready to go on it. Just need your approval.
So we just need to make a motion to approve?
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Broughton, second by Councilwoman Brown, to demolish 922 Hayes Street. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Lawton, once we burn them, we're cleaning them up, or they're cleaning them up? Who's cleaning it up after it's burned?
But some of the owners are actually cleaning it up themselves, but this one will probably wind up cleaning up.
Well, we're asking that question for us to burn it, and the homeowner says, okay, we'll get it, we'll clean it up. And over the period of time, it's worse than it would when it was standing up, you know.
That's true.
That's
They'll
right.
actually, I have to stay on them about the grass and the weeds and
Right.
everything.
Okay.
And
So when we burn or tear down one, we clean it up to the bare ground?
No, sir. Sometimes we will have to. If we, after we burn it, then if they don't clean it up within 30 days, then we'll have to send a letter to them again. So look, we tore it down. Now we need you to clean up
Clean it
what's
up.
left.
You're right.
And if they don't do it, then we'll have to do that as well. We have to clean it up, and some situations, it's not a whole lot left.
Let me ask you a question. I know, not starting too long, but it would be in our best interest if we gonna burn it like we're doing this one. They ain't taking care of the property as it is. Go ahead and clean it up while we're there, cause it'd be hard to get them back to come back and clean it up, cause they ain't maintaining it in no way. You see what I'm getting at? Maybe look at that, Mary, about maybe down the road, if we go in to demolish it, if the city do it, we're gonna put a lien on the property anyway, go ahead and clean it up also while we're there.
With this particular property, the fire department's able to burn it, so it's not going to be a whole lot
Right,
left.
no.
But whatever is left, we'll look at it, and we may just assess it on the property. So
Right.
whoever pays the taxes that year will pay
Right.
for that.
I would think that if we're not already doing that, in either agreement we have with the landowner, we put that in there to start with.
Yes.
We're gonna
Okay.
burn it and remove the debris or whatever, and if there's a cost involved, they'll
Okay.
pay that.
I think that's a good idea, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, you have a motion and you have a second.
Motion by
Councilman Broughton.
Councilman Broughton, second by Councilwoman Brown. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Broughton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes and the demolition is approved.
About a year or so ago, we were looking at refinancing, not asking for extra or new money, but just because interest rates had gotten so low, refinancing 2 old bonds that the city had, and there was a savings between $300,000 and $400,000. But because the Brewton City School System was redoing their bonds for the same reason at the same time, there's a cap on the dollar amount of bonds that can be redone at one time, and so we had to wait. What's been looked at since that time, we put out a request for proposal to a number of institutions to give us a price on redoing these 2 bonds, except they get fairly complicated to try to make a decision on these. And so we've asked Raymond James to come and make a proposal to the city to analyze and help the city to make these decisions. So I call on Raymond James. Analyst from Raymond James.
Thank you, guys and ladies. Basically, what we're going to come in and do is help you evaluate these proposals. As financial advisor or as municipal advisor, we would have a fiduciary obligation to the city. That means that anything that we recommend has to be in your best interest. And so we will do that. We'll help Alec as we go through this and walk through the proposals, and we may have some follow-up questions that we need to go back to some of the respondents with to make sure we're getting an apples-to-apples comparison. And then as we go through the transaction, we'll help with the rating process, making sure that the city's rating is maintained and that the city puts its best foot forward there. And we'll also monitor the pricing to make sure that it is comparable with other pricings throughout the state. So that's a little bit about our role. I don't want to spend too much time. I know you guys have talked about this in the workshop, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Well, first, let's get a motion. If there'd be a motion to approve the municipal advisor agreement between the City of Brewton and Raymond James and Associates. It's a $10,000 cost, correct?
Yes, yeah.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, second by Councilman Barton, to approve the advisor agreement with Raymond James.
One of the questions I would have, let's say we had all the proposals in-house today, and we handed them to you today. Normally, how long would it take your company to then come back to give us some advice?
We can probably have those reviewed within a week. There may be a little bit of follow-up information, but pretty quickly. I mean, it won't take us long to review that because we don't want to take a long time because this transaction is subject to market movement. And the last thing we want to do is you guys be waiting on us to make recommendations and the market move on the transaction and it not be available for the city to do. So we want to be very quick in our work, and we would think about a week or so to kind of make some recommendations to move forward. And then as far as the transaction goes, they usually take about 6 weeks or so to complete from start to finish once you've kind of got everything.
We've been through them before, yeah. Any other questions?
Mayor, I guess it'd be a question for you. How long are we going to stay in this contract? Is it a yearly contract? Renew it yearly? Or
One time. One time on these two bonds.
Okay, okay.
It's just from now until the closure of the bond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is any further discussion? Hearing none, Councilwoman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Broughton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes and the
Thank you.
Raymond James agreement is approved.
We have the Alabama League of Municipalities Convention coming up, and need to appoint a voting delegate and alternate delegates. For a voting delegate, I appoint Councilman Fred Barton, and alternates Councilman Joe Watson and Councilman Peace Broughton. To the City of Brewton flag, person will be Councilman Peace Broughton. Are there any other announcements or comments?
No, sir.
I believe the date is wrong on your sales tax agreement, or the resolution for your sales tax holiday. It's actually the third week in July, not the first.
It's not the way it read, but I'll check that back. I'll check.
May have to come back and vote next time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late.
Motion we adjourn.